My name's Bill Doogue and I'm a defence lawyer. Because of my position in the firm, I tend to get the more serious cases come across my desk. I had a client come to see me who is a very well known person to the public, and he was facing allegations of a historical sexual assault, and those allegations would have meant that regardless of his fame and popularity with the public, he would have gone to jail for many years. They were appalling allegations that really, if they were true, said that he was a monster. And one of the great challenges of our job is somebody comes to see you and they have those sort of allegations. You get to know them, you believe what they're saying to you, that they haven't committed these allegations, and then gradually you can unpeel the allegations and get to the heart of it, which is that it's not true, as your client has told you. With that particular client, what we did firstly was go to the place where it was alleged to have happened and took photographs. We had a private investigator with us who's well known and well regarded. People have this idea that you just wait for the police and see what they come up with. But unfortunately, it's not always a search for the truth by the police. And so what you need to do is prepare your defence. Get the statements from people who say that you didn't do it or it was impossible. And it was clear very quickly that this was fantastical. It couldn't have happened because of the location it was said to have happened in. There were people who were said to have been there who said this never happened. The problem for the client is that while you're going to win your trial ultimately, the police are still going to charge you, because the police have an attitude that they have an allegation, they then interview your client and then they charge them, and then they say it's up to the courts to decide. And the problem with that is, particularly if you're a person in the public arena, is that you're then damned by half the population who say, oh, he must have done it. I always thought the way he looked at that girl in that program was strange, or whatever it may be. People are going to come to the wrong conclusion very fast. And so for the client, it's just imperative that if there is no substance to the allegations, that you stop it even getting before the court. And so what we do is we turn up to the interview with our client, and then after the interview we present the police with a folder that contains an opinion about the law and why they'll never be able to successfully prosecute our client. For that client, it was fantastic because we gave them the folder and they were reluctant to take it from us, but they had to, and then they had to read what we had in there, and eventually and reluctantly they agreed not to charge our client. And so for our client, that was life-changing. His career would have been finished, and that enabled him to continue. And so for us, that's rewarding because we've changed the path of someone's life. What's fascinating is taking a problem and not approaching it in the way that other people are going to. Don't limit yourself by believing you have to follow the paths of other people. You see a problem and you workshop it, you think it through. How do we come at this a different angle to prove the truth of what our client is saying? Not that we have to prove the truth, but to establish the different narrative always helps. I love what I do because it's intellectually challenging and it's strangely people-focused. Like, you get to know people really well. You really feel like you're fighting for someone that you like and that you want to get to the result of not being charged or not being found guilty.